We'll do Heisman at the end. Who do you think this Final Four? Let's go with your champion, and then who do you think is going to be players in the end of the season there?
I hate that I'm going to suck up to Christian Cat all year long, but give me Penn State to win it. Oh, my God.
You're going with the Mets. Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable. So you're betting on Penn State to win the whole thing?
I'm going to bet on Penn State to win the whole thing.
Now, they went to the semifinal last year, so they did show you something. They were in the game to basically the last play against Notre Dame.
Drew Aller had one big interception to fail that final drive. Otherwise, that was it.
Right.
Now, I think Ohio State was beating everyone in the world that year. I'm not going to say Penn State could have won it last year, but Penn State definitely showed us stuff. They have the talent coming back. I don't think there's that superpower of a team that's going to bulldoze through everyone else. But I think Penn State has their best chances. They've been there. They're going to go deep again. And I think they'll have a favorable matchup in the semifinals. And they just got to win the national championship.
Who do you think they're going to take on? Who do you think is going to make a big run towards the end of the season?
I think Ohio State is going to see them there in the championship, too.
Oh, my God. Big Ten homer. Oh, Cade, go another conference. Jeez.
You tell me another conference that has an amazing shot at beating one of those two teams. I don't trust Arch Manning in Texas. I don't trust anyone in the SSC to make it that far. I don't trust Clemson with Cade Klubnik. I don't trust anybody else. I like Ohio State because I love their coaching staff, and I love that they've been there. They have some of the best young talent across the entire field. Forget the quarterback. And then I like everyone that Penn State was able to bring back.
Yeah.
I know they're going to beat each other up. I think Ohio State beats Texas in week 1. I think it's going to be a great game when they play each other in the regular season, Penn State and Ohio State, that is. I don't trust Michigan when it comes to their freshman QB.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Wow. This is where I'm at.
Now, the odds on Hard Rock Bet, national championship, the winner. Texas is plus 525. Ohio State is plus 575. Penn State is plus 650. So it's the third best odds there. Georgia's plus 700, and Clemson and Alabama are sitting at plus 1,000. Notre Dame is at plus 1,100. How about that? All right. My champion, you're not going to like this. Clemson.
Okay.
I'm buying into the Clemson hype. In a world where everything changes year by year, you get different teams every year. Dare I say it's a good thing that a team actually returned everything, basically everything that matters. They dabbled in the portal a little bit. They're going to have a really good defense, especially a good defensive line. And you're down on Klubnik. I'm high on Klubnik. I like Klubnik. I think if I had to make a prediction today, that guy will be round 1, pick 1.
Wow.
In the draft in 2026. That would be my prediction.
Okay.
I don't think Arch Manning's going to declare. And I think Cade Klubnik, post-national championship, will be the quarterback selected first to God knows what team in the draft. I think Clemson, the fact that they have 80+% of their production returning, the fact that they have a really, really good quarterback, they got a coach who's won a national championship, multiple at that, and they got an easy conference. They're not going to get beat up throughout. And if you're talking about Cade says there's not a superpower this year, I think there could be, and it would be Clemson for me. Some people want to go Texas. That's who I have Clemson beating in the national championship
Could you trust
game.
Clemson with a whole bunch of ACC games that they're beating up on? I mean, that was my thing with Miami last year, is they were that powerhouse that went undefeated, and then they just...
I could say that, but now they got to win 2 games to get to the title game. The fact that they got to win 2 games, regardless of the seeding, let's assume they're going to be a top 4 seed and they get a bye, they're going to have to win 2 games.
Okay.
That, to me, is enough of a show me. And also, they have LSU and South Carolina on the tail ends of the schedule. 2 SEC schools. They get to beat up on the ACC for half the year, focus on the 2 SEC matchups. You probably only have to go 1-2 in those games, or 1-1 in those games, and then go to the playoff. I like Clemson here. And I'm just high on Klubnik. And I think that return to prominence is just bubbling for Clemson. And I could see them winning and beating Texas in actually a very good national championship. That would be my prediction. Who's your Heisman going to be?
I actually don't have a clue on this one. Hard Rock Bet doesn't give me the odds.
No Heisman bets. So
I don't.
Okay, are you going to go Arch Manning here?
No, I don't want to go Arch Manning. I don't think Arch Manning is going to be like, I think he's going to not declare for the draft because he doesn't have a stellar junior year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think it's going to be good. Obviously, the Texas team is phenomenal.
You think Drew Aller at Penn State can do it?
I think he can do it. I don't necessarily. I think it's going to be someone that no one's talking about.
Oh, really?
I don't think Garrett Nussmeier is going to be it. I don't think it's going to be Arch. I don't think it's going to be Aller. I don't necessarily want to say it's going to be a non-quarterback like a Jeremiah Smith or who's the other
Jeremiah
stud?
Love on Notre Dame could be one.
Could be one there. So I think it's someone else. I don't think you're going to actually know who it is.
DJ
till probably
Lagway.
Nope. Wouldn't necessarily. I think he's in the running, but I wouldn't necessarily give him the full head of steam.
Yeah, you got to think of production too.
Yeah.
Like you need to have Aller's going to win games at Penn State. He's not going to have 50 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Yep.
You know? And that's sort of what you need to win a Heisman.
I think it's going to be similar last year where Ashton Genty blitzed onto the scene
Yeah.
and then kept it going for the rest of the
Good
season.
point.
Right?
Yep.
I think it's going to be somewhat, it could be a quarterback, but it's not going to be a quarterback that's going to be at the top of the games every single week.
Yeah. I think you could go in a couple different directions. I agree with you on the Arch thing. I don't think that we're going to see Arch Manning hoist that. People are too much expectation on him. Honestly, don't think that he is as in much of an urgency to win the Heisman, win the national championship. He's there for 2 years, in my opinion. He is there for 2 years. That to me is okay. So here are the odds that I find on Sports Illustrated. Arch Manning's plus 700. Garrett Nussmeier is second in the clubhouse, plus 800. Cade Klubnik is at plus 900. Then you get to Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State, plus 1,300. Drew Aller at Penn State, plus 1,600. But this, Julian Sayin, plus 1,500, who is the Ohio State starting quarterback who has not played a game.
Yeah.
That is a strange one. If there's one that I'm going to take a flyer on, I think it's going to be Klubnik, number one.
Yeah.
But if there's one that I'd take a flyer on for the odds, I would take either a mixture of Jeremiah Love at Notre Dame, or who's plus 4,200. Very good odds there. Or Lenora Sellers at South Carolina, the quarterback. Lenora Sellers, if there was one team that dominated Clemson, it was Lenora Sellers. That guy is the classic 6'5", Cam Newton build. Not a great thrower, but will put his head down, kind of carry that team. Plus 1,900 he is. That would be my sneaky one if I were to throw one out there, is Lenora Sellers at South Carolina. Another team that not a lot of people are talking about, but could be very, very good.